see.
Hey guys, it's Rodimus Primal. I'm back with another movie review. I know it's been a while since I posted my last review or any videos. My computer went down and I hadn't been able to record anything. But we're back up and running. And we've got a movie review for you guys that it's a movie that I, quite frankly, didn't really want to see.
I did.
Yeah, she did.
Wanted to give it a chance.
Yeah, so we're obviously talking about the 2016 Ghostbusters.
Obviously.
And I said to her that if we were going to go see this, before we even do a review, before we even decide to watch this in the movie theater, we had to give credit to the original. We had to go and watch the original Ghostbusters 1 and 2 before we go and see it, so we can give respect to the movie and also to Harold Ramis, being that he had passed away, and they actually did give him a name credit at the end of the movie. You know, so we're going to start this off as we do always. We're going to do a no spoiler section first, and then we'll move on to the spoiler section, which I'll give you guys notice when I actually do that. So thinking about this movie, what did you think of it?
I didn't care for it. I definitely would say I like the originals better. I wish they had made it maybe a sequel, or these people were following in the footsteps of the original, but I guess in some of what they did they couldn't do. There's parts that I liked, parts that most of it I didn't like, but
yeah, I didn't really care for the movie at all. I think it was mediocre, I think is the best way you can describe it. It was kind of like somewhere in the middle. It's kind of one of those, like, really I gotta pay money to go see this in a movie theater. It's kind of how I feel, you know, actually going and seeing it.
You did get pins though.
Yeah, we did get these collector's pins, which are actually pretty cool. The movie theater actually gave it to us. They're these collector's pins that you can wear, which you can kind of see it there. Yeah, which is kind of cool that they actually gave us that, and it's a nice little collector's item for, you know, we're at least respecting the original because it's still the original symbol that they used. But as far as the movie itself, I mean, the plot was kind of like a wannabe version of the original, like with, you know, just kind of rehashing it a little bit here and there.
Some of it, yeah.
The special effects I felt were cheesy. They weren't as good as they could be. And for being CGI, it kind of looked like, you know, those Scooby-Doo movies that they have.
Yeah.
How, like, bad, like, the special effects look in that. That's how the special effects look in this movie. I think the cameos are great. I think all the cameos that they used,
some of the best parts.
I think
even if they didn't add, if they didn't add to the plot, they were still great.
Yeah, they were actually good
nice.
cameos for seeing who you actually see. And the actual cast itself, I didn't have a problem with. I didn't have a problem with the cast itself, like as far as like who they chose. You know, for this movie, I felt that this movie, you know, I didn't have a problem with it being an all-female cast. I just felt that the jokes were kind of like an attack at men, the way that they actually told all the jokes, and they even like did something where they made fun of you know, YouTubers, and they make fun of people that comment on stuff online, or because you have an opinion. It's just kind of like something to, you know, use a big budget movie to make fun of. That's kind of how I felt about like all the jokes.
I didn't think they were making fun of. I think they just mentioned it because part of their issue was the fact that nobody believed them, that they believed in ghosts and that they've seen ghosts. So they were saying, don't trust everything you read. Don't like give it credit when you know what the truth is. Don't let those people get to you.
Yeah.
So I don't think it necessarily was an attack, but that's just my opinion.
Well, I mean, every single guy in the movie I felt was kind of stupid. Like they were either they were offensive or they were stupid in the way that they were portrayed. I think that's kind of how like I felt.
Some of the women were kind of stupid too.
Yeah. I mean, and the jokes fell flat. That's really where I think when they were trying to make this a comedy, where if you watch the original Ghostbusters, like the jokes are kind of natural.
Yeah.
You know, this felt like an SNL skit, a big budget SNL skit of
They're all SNL
Ghostbusters.
women.
Yeah, right. And so they're all
and they
SNL.
all played their characters how they normally play them, which sometimes works in the movie, sometimes it doesn't. It's not, like you said, it's not always funny.
Yeah. I mean, I think there's one laugh out loud scene, I think, that I actually was kind of laughing at. And I think, which I'll talk about more in the spoilers, but that is probably like one of the only really good, funny parts as far as like humor is concerned. Other than that, the cameos were great. The storytelling was just, it was just not there.
Yeah, the plot wasn't the best. I mean, some of it just didn't make sense, or was either not believable. It was kind of goofy. I mean, the music was like Ghostbusters song, like over and over again by different people.
Yeah,
there was different songs too, but I think we heard Ghostbusters like 3 or 4 times in different
they used different variations of the theme throughout,
which was kind of cool. But then after a while, you're like, all right, we get this is Ghostbusters, and how they came up to the name too was a little strange. Like, was just like, oh, some random person was like, oh, those Ghostbusters. Okay, like that's just a natural like.
Spoilers.
It's not really a spoiler.
Well, I guess no. I guess not.
The name of the movie's Ghostbusters,
right? Like, but as far as like the movie itself is concerned, I would say it's not a movie to go see in theaters at all. But at this point, we're going to move on to our spoiler section, where now we're going to talk spoilers. And if you don't want to be spoiled any further, once again, move to this section of the video, where we will stop talking spoilers to wrap the video up. Now, the cameos, that's the first thing I really want to talk about. The cameos,
you saw everybody.
Yeah.
It was awesome.
All of the original cast. I don't think Rick Moranis was in it. Rick Moranis, no, Rick Moranis was not in it.
He always said that he didn't want to come back into movies if he wasn't like really into the movie.
Yeah. Well, he would have to like be playing his part again, and I think that's where they wouldn't do that again. But they pretty much got all of the original cast to actually come back and do their parts. They got
so we saw
Bill Murray. Bill Murray was pretty much Walter Peck all over again, and I didn't really like that they lifted his lines, but he himself was great. Like, the way that he like.
I wish they gave him more time though. I would have liked to see him for a little bit longer.
Well, they kill him off. They just they kill his character off.
That's what I didn't like. They didn't.
You know, but then again, this is a reboot, so it's not.
Yeah, it's not like.
It's not like it is Peter Venkman coming in and saying, "I want to see your equipment," and then he gets killed. No, it's a completely different guy that Bill Murray is playing. And then Dan Aykroyd's cameo was awesome. He came in in a cabbie, and if you remember Ghostbusters 2, where all the guys start talking in this like heavy New York accent, you know, if Egon, which Egon's bust was, they had a statue of Egon, which was cool.
Yeah,
but Dan Aykroyd came in as a cabbie, speaking in New York accent, and was saying like, "I ain't afraid no ghosts," and that was like he was just drove off, and that was it. Ernie Hudson's cameo was one of my favorites, I think, because he himself is Patty's uncle, and the actual him coming in was so funny. He was so funny with that. Like, he just like, well, how am I supposed to run all these funerals with just one car? So
you can't stack them like pancakes.
All right, so we had to pause it there just for a second, guys, because our little one was coughing, so we needed to take care of her. But as we were talking about, Ernie Hudson's cameo was pretty funny. Yeah, it was really funny, wasn't it? And also, we had Sigourney Weaver came in as Kate McKenna's character's mentor. That was really funny. And he just the way that she came in and played her part. And then we had who was the other cameo that they?
Amy Potts.
Oh, yeah, with
she was the receptionist at the hotel.
And she did the same lines, which I thought that was absolutely hysterical.
Yeah, she's like, "What do you want?"
Yeah, with that heavy New York accent. But the actual cast themselves, I think I think they show that they have humor as far as the cast is concerned. I think that they have good chemistry with one another, but I think that they were just dealt with this really poor script for a movie. And you know, the only two that I really enjoyed, I mean, I know you really liked Patty, I kind of liked her too, but I liked Kate McKenna's character. Yeah, you liked Kate McKenna's character too? And then
I liked Melissa McCarthy's character.
I didn't like her. I don't know. I don't find her humor as funny as you know, just kind of the way that she is. Like, it's kind of like stupid humor.
Well, yeah, but I don't know.
Yeah, Aerith here certainly likes her Ghostbusters, don't you? You like the Ghostbusters, right? So
Just never watched TV, but I'm sure she will like them.
But as far as like the you know, other things that they actually introduced a bad guy, like an actual human bad guy, and he had this stupid reasons for being there, and he's like, oh, I was bullied and I was treated poorly, so I'm going to destroy the world, and you know,
start over and I'll rule everything.
And he actually becomes a ghost himself, and then he takes over Chris Hemsworth's character, and Chris Hemsworth was an absolute, like, he looked like he was just there to have fun. Like, hey, you know what? I can be serious in Thor. You know, I can be serious in the Avengers, but I think I'll be just an absolute humorous guy, which is total opposite for him. But I think he really fit the part. Like, I kind of think that they merged Rick Moranis' character with Janine. Like, they merged Tully and
but he wasn't smart at all.
No,
not at all. He was a total doofus.
And the glasses thing, I think, was stupid. Like, it just
it was. I thought it was a funny joke, but it was, I don't know. But anyway,
it all sort of fell flat. They actually turned the Ghostbusters symbol into the monster. Like, the main bad guy turns himself into the Ghostbuster
because they asked
symbol.
for something cute. So she asks for him to become a cute object, and he turns and he's like, oh, and he becomes the actual cartoon character, which then turns into an actual ghost. And
the ghost looked like a video game. It literally looked like a video game CG. It looked like we were playing the Ghostbusters 2016 movie game. That's what we got as far as like CG graphics. That's what he looked like. And the Stay Puft Marshmallow Man being the balloon, I mean, that was funny. I like that. He looked angry. Yeah, that was. I mean, it was nice that he was there, but I didn't think it was cool for him to be the balloon. I think maybe just because, like, the whole idea.
Well, there was no. I don't think they had any other way to bring that.
But they had no reason to bring him in the first place. And Slimer actually, I did really like the way they did Slimer. I know some people. I've seen some reviews online, and people were saying like they didn't like the female Slimer, but because of what they did with Slimer, I actually liked it. I think that was probably like just something really cool that that they did.
They were just driving around. It worked.
Yeah,
there was no issue. I had no issues with it. I didn't really like how he looked. I liked the original look better, and he seemed evil in this one. Where the other one he was just hungry all the time and mischievous. This one he actually seemed kind of bad.
Yeah, well,
I didn't care for that
because the original one was actually like a creature. It was an actual like thing that was there.
Yeah, it seemed like this one seemed like a weird.
It was all CG, so
corporeal.
So having that there was rather interesting. But I like the way that they did it. Like they actually steal the Ghostbuster Mobile, the Ecto-1, and take it for a joyride. Yeah, and but they actually destroyed the car.
Well, they had to get the to reverse the polarity or whatever it was.
So they reversed the the polarity. Well, that's because they had to stop all the big portal at the end instead of which they don't cross the streams. Because like that was the whole thing out of the first one was like don't cross the streams.
Until you have to.
And then here they had to in the end of the first one, and now this one they decide that they don't even do that. In fact, they actually quote unquote kill ghosts.
Yeah, which made no sense to me.
Like,
I was thinking that too. Like, they're throwing them against things, which just made them disappear, and hit them with things, and like they were able to. It just that part did not make much sense to me. Like,
yeah,
the whole fight. How are you fighting a ghost? It just doesn't make sense.
It was almost like a kung fu fighting. I mean, I didn't mind it. It was like an action sequence at the end that they were like, let's give these Ghostbusters something to do.
But they never really got to like pull ghosts in and then do what they did in the original.
They only trapped one ghost, and it got loose.
Yeah.
Because it killed Bill Murray's character.
Right.
So that I didn't care for at all. But you know, it's all the things that they did. I think the jokes were just flat. At this point now, I think we're going to switch back to the non-spoiler section. So now at this point, we'll stop talking spoilers. So as far as this movie is concerned, I think it was a poor attempt at rebooting two classic movies and really trying to capitalize on marketing. You can tell that marketing was all over the place. Everything from Twinkies to
all the movies are nowadays.
You know, Sony.
Yeah.
But yeah, all that marketing. So I don't think that this is something that you want to see in the theater. This is not something that you're going to want to take your time out to go watch. If anything, if you want to give this movie a chance, if you really like the actors and the actresses in this movie, I would say go wait until this movie comes out on Netflix. Wait till it comes out on streaming services or on Redbox or wherever you can go watch it if you actually do want to watch it. If you are so adamant about not watching it, don't go see it. Because you're just going to set yourself up for getting angry and upset, and you're going to want to watch the originals. In fact, go watch the originals if you've never seen them. If you're looking for something that can beat Ghostbusters, watch the originals, because this is not going to be. I don't think this is Ghostbusters even for the new fan.
No, and honestly, I mean, it's the originals still stand the test of time. When we watched them, they were great to me. Watching this one, it was disappointing. Somebody said, I heard somewhere that this could have been something else and it would have been fine. It didn't have to be Ghostbusters. I guess there are things that they would have had to remove, but it probably would have worked better not as Ghostbusters, in my opinion.
So, I hope you've enjoyed this review. If so, thumbs up the video. Comment down below what you thought, whether you liked the movie or you didn't like the movie. Let us know. And subscribe to my channel. I've got more Transformers discussions that are going to be coming up soon. Something really cool is going to be coming up with that. I got a 3-part Transformers discussion that is going to lead into something pretty cool. And I've got a lot of other Transformers news to talk as well. But I know I'm more so advertising my channel. But at the same time, check out my other videos and hit that nice subscribe button. And as always, guys, until next time.